What is happening, everybody? It is Friday, December 10th. I hope you've got some good stuff on tap for the weekend. Until then, you're hanging out with your pal Hal, and I am darn glad to be here with you. It's 11:02 a.m. on the West Coast here in Los Angeles, where I am. I'm going to be with you till 1 p.m. here on the West Coast. And it is 2:02 on the East Coast. Going to be with you till 4 p.m. on the East Coast. And I would love to communicate with you. I want to know what's going on. I want to know what you're up to. Are you working from home? Are you playing from home? Are you not even home? Are you just somewhere listening to us? Let us know. And it's a judgment-free zone. Whether you're working hard or whether you're kind of whiling away the day. Let's say maybe you're wrapping gifts. That's some important holiday stuff. Do you have some holiday parties you're going to get after this weekend? Or are you doing some online shopping? Are you not doing anything gift related? Are you just like chilling, drinking your coffee and surfing the internet, hanging out? Are you day drinking? Listen, judgment free, my friends, and I want you to let us know what you're up to. So you do that. Get your device's attention. And again, I'm not going to say the name of your device because that might get I might get your device's attention, and then that might shut down the power grid in your home or in your city. I might cause a blackout on your entire block because your smart device is that powerful. Is your smart device connected to the nuclear codes? Listen, I don't want to cause War Games 2.0 right here in our live stream. So I'm not going to say your device's name. But you, to communicate with us, talk to your smart device. Use the magic word say. Use the magic word say, and then drop in anything after that. So smart device, say, yes, Hal, my device does control the nuclear codes. Ooh, I mean, please tell us that, because I would have many questions for you. Or smart device, say, Hal, I'm doing my Christmas shopping and everything is way too expensive. Let us know how your holidays are shaping up. Also, you can talk to us by going to backchannel.tv, backchannel.tv, and you can chit chat with us there. And otherwise, we are just going to be having fun today. And here's some of the stuff we're going to do. We're going to do a little bit of trending topics, some news. We're going to talk about some pop culture and some movies, maybe some shows that you could watch. We're going to talk a little bit about some holiday stuff. Heck yeah, because I am feeling the season. I enjoy. Listen, whether it's Hanukkah, Christmas, Festivus, Kwanzaa, I love just the season of giving. Whether I know people fight about this, but whether you're a Happy Honda Days person or a Merry Toyota-thon person, or whether you go outside the box and you spend your holidays at a Lexus tent event, I am here for you. Listen, I don't care about the whatever holiday is yours. Listen, there's still Festivus for the rest of us. So I am here. Let's jump in and talk to our producer, Travis. Producer Travis, what is happening, my friend?
Hello.
What's going on, pal?
Oh, not much. Not much.
TGIF, am I right?
Honestly, TGIF.
Like, there's a lot of text speak. Like, there's a lot of IDK or BRB or just more that, like, I don't even know or can't summon off the top of my head right now. But, like, TGIF, that's like an old school. TGIF is like the OG
Yeah.
of like acronym text speak. You know what I'm
I think
saying?
it was the first acronym to have its own restaurant.
Yes, TGI Fridays. I know you love TGI Fridays. Alabama mudslides. Don't they have crazy drinks?
I think so. Yeah, TGI Fridays, from what I understand, they're like largely appetizers and bonkers drinks.
Yes. Yeah. You know what? I want to look up TGI Friday specialty drinks right now.
I'd be
Let's
happy
see.
to.
Oh, yeah, please. TG, uh, TGI Fridays menu. Okay. So we are in no way endorsing TGI Fridays right
In
now. I
fact,
just
I'm
want you to
honest.
know.
I might be actively unendorsing it just for the sake
Oh,
of everyone's,
wow.
you know.
Oh, wow. Uh, okay. How do I get to the menu?
Yeah, maybe it seems like they have a specialty one almost by restaurant. It had me look at search it
Oh,
by my zip code.
okay. Like I just clicked. Okay, I clicked on the restaurant. I'm looking at the menu for from Porter Ranch in Northridge, California. And uh, all right. So do you see anything? Do you see anything tasty there?
I'm looking at an appetizers and snacks menu at the moment. It kicked me out of the website itself. I think it heard me saying I don't like it that much. Um,
Gotcha.
let's see here. I think I can pull up at least a photo of the menu though, and we can give it a look over.
All right,
Uh,
we've got a happy Friday from Deborah Rudnick, aka my mom. Glad she's here. Sound off in the chat if you're hanging out with us. And again, it's in honor of TGI Friday. We're looking at okay. Here we go. Some of the signature drinks from TGI Fridays.
these are
Because
the apps first. That's the first thing I could find were the apps
oh,
themselves.
okay.
Let me keep
Um,
let me keep digging.
Oh, I got them up right here in front of me. You got the signature slushes. Listen, if you're a lush, drink a signature slush. Okay, and you got the cherry limeade, the strawberry lemonade, the mango peach lemonade, blue raspberry. All right, not too crazy. Oh, for the kids out there, the Travis, the
Yes.
kids love their vodka and Red Bull.
that now when you say kids, we're talking like, you know, 8,
Listen,
9.
I listen. I'm talking about anyone who's younger than me.
Fair enough.
which is so like I'm older than some, younger than others. But the Red Bull Passion Slush, okay? If you want your night to be filled with passion and your heart rate to spike, drink a Red Bull Passion Slush.
Passion
Uh,
slush.
okay. Now, okay, I'm looking at the to-go menu, and see, I was thinking we'd find this is anticlimactic because
Sure.
the to-go menu is just showing me a Dasani bottled water, a strawberry lemonade half-gallon jug. Like this is, yeah. Oh,
It's
are all the Fridays like? Is this like a COVID menu or something?
maybe,
Uh,
and I'm also having trouble finding consistency. I keep pulling up different cocktail menus. I think they have variations for almost every restaurant, which
What in the
seems
good gosh darn
bonkers.
TGI Fridays? Let's get a little consistency. Step your game up for crying out loud,
Yeah.
TGIFs.
So I can't
Uh,
find an Alabama mudslide anywhere.
yeah, I'm just gonna search Alabama mudslide, and
That's
I will probably get some sort of like weather event or like God forbid, some people in Alabama. Um, uh, Alabama mudslide. Oh gosh, don't search that. Don't go to
Oof.
Urban Dictionary and look up Alabama mudslide. I'm just going to leave it at that, and I'm going to move on because this show we keep it somewhat family friendly, and let's just say it's getting into unfamily friendly territory, folks. So if you want to find that, be my guest.
This is what
But
happened when
like
you get Fridays involved.
right? But yeah, so a little bit disappointed that I can't immediately find some epic TGI Fridays drink list. I'm tempted to do one more search. Uh, go to Chili's. Let's. Does Chili's have those kind of crazy drinks?
That's a great question. A lot of these
Okay,
restaurants I haven't been to in long enough. They could I anything.
okay. First of all, Travis, step your game up. Secondly, Um, okay, you know what? Taking too long. Not worth it. Maybe we'll have to have a future Twitter exploration of their Twitter accounts. And maybe you'll have to tweet at them, Travis, and let them know that your pal Hal and producer Travis are watching. We've got our eyes on them, and they need to, like, because what after the 2020 and 2021,
Yeah.
after, dealing with the pandemic, after dealing with just, everything going on in the world, the strife, the climate change, the political situation, we need a little holiday cheer. And by holiday cheer, I mean alcoholic drinks with ridiculous names.
The
You
people
feel
need
me?
it. Yeah.
The people need it. Thank you, Travis. That's all I'm saying. Hey, Travis,
Yeah.
every day on this show, you know what we like to do? We like to hit the trending topics. We like to dive into the Twitterverse, the Twitter sphere, whatever you want to call it, and see what's trending. And let's say we go there right now. Let's check out what's trending. These are Twitter trends at 11:13 a.m. here on the West Coast, at 2:13 on the East Coast. Okay, stuff that's trending. You know what? We you know what? There's no way around it. We're gonna jump in. VOY, FYI, Gloria Riley. What is up? Okay, so the other day, didn't we have that VOY? The VOT, FYI. Travis, do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Voice of Thanksgiving. Now we're
Yes.
looking at the voice of something else entirely.
The voice of Yuletide. The voice of Yule.
Right.
Listen, I am your Jewish voice of Yule. I'll take it. I'll take it. It's the season of giving. Let's jump into the Jussie Smollett decision, Travis. All right. So, actor Jussie Smollett, a few years back, this is the story that will not go away. He uh, he experienced a hate crime. He said he was attacked by some guys wearing MAGA hats, and it was a nightmare situation. And there was a public outcry to on his behalf. Jussie Smollett, we are so sorry. What happened to you? Oh my goodness! Click on Jussie's Twitter account, Travis. Let's see what Jussie's been tweeting. And just came down yesterday, guilty on 5 different charges. False reporting to police, false report. Yeah, there he is. There he is. And I want to see I think it was 2 about false reporting an assault, and 2 about false reporting a hate crime. And then there might have been one other. It was 4 or 5 charges. Guilty. Jussie Smollett found guilty. And yeah, just what a saga. What an absolute saga. Here, if you want to make that slightly bigger, I will read what is happening here. Yep, Jussie Smollett guilty on 5 counts of disorderly conduct. And these are, and there is 4, it's a class 4 felony. I'm not sure. Thankfully, I've managed to sidestep felonies for my life, and I don't know what a difference between a class 4 and a class 1, but here's what it says. Jussie Smollett has been convicted by a Chicago court on charges he staged a hate crime against himself in 2019. So, yeah, we'll dig into this just a titch more. Lied to police about it. The actor was found guilty on 5 counts of disorderly conduct. The Associated Press and CNN report Smollett was acquitted on another count of lying to a detective. Disorderly conduct is a class 4 felony that can carry a prison sentence of up to 3 years. Ah, man. Sentencing will take place at a later date. So, Alex, what is happening? Thank you for joining us. Stacy, great to see you in the chat. Shout out to Jessica, Riyadh. Thank you for hanging out here with your pal Hal. So, essentially, my guy Jussie, he staged a hate crime. I think it was for clout. Like, I know what it's like to clout chase. I'm in the posting game. I'm in it for the likes. I like the hearts. I like the retweets. I'm all about that life. Okay? But to stage, oof. And now you pay the price. So I think we've learned a valuable lesson. Don't stage a hate crime. Don't pay two strong gentlemen to fake rough you up and then report it and try to become, I guess, the darling of social media. We've learned a valuable lesson. Clout chasing can go too far. Trying to get those clicks, those likes, the social media love. Yeah, there is such a thing as too much. Jussie, uh, I guess he's learned a valuable lesson, and they're saying his career is canceled now. I mean, uh, Bruce Leroy chimes in, another jury that got it right, 3 for 3 the last couple of weeks, and well, Bruce, I might disagree with you on one of those cases, but I do agree that we got this right here. That we got that the jury. Yeah, it's unfortunate. You wish this never happened, uh, but yeah, there's such a thing as too much clout. Getting be in it for the likes, in it for the clicks. Uh, Thank you, Bruce. See, that's what I appreciate, Bruce. Bruce just said, "We can disagree, Hal. You are still my pal." I love that, Bruce, because here's one thing. Do you want to hear what one guy's opinion on what's driving this country apart nowadays? Just in a nutshell, dialogue. Let's talk about it. If you disagree with me, you don't have to like excommunicate me or like forget who I am. Let's talk about it. Let's live in a world where we can still be pals and disagree on some stuff. So Bruce, thank you for that message of unity in the holiday season. And again, whether you're a Toyotathon person, Honda, Happy Honda Days, or Lexus 10 event, I want to be your pal. So Jussie Smollett, he is guilty. We'll see. We'll see what kind of time he does. Sad. Yeah, promising career. He was on the Empire with the wonderful Taraji P Henson. I love her. Yeah, just a bummer. Just a bummer. The whole story, and a cautionary tale to you clout chasers out there. Let's see what else is trending in the Twitterverse. Okay. This is interesting. Warning right now. Here's a warning for everybody. Spoilers ahead for the new Sex and the City show. And just like that. It's called, first off, okay. Travis, go full screen on me for a second, because I got a bone to pick here with Sex and the City. Hey, Sex and the City, why are you calling the reboot or the new season of your show, quote unquote, and just like that? Like, if I was looking for, I mean, I guess I wouldn't have any trouble finding it, but that's just confusing to me. Call your show Sex and the City, and just like that. The show is called and just like that. That's confusing to me. Like, if Friends was coming back for a new season, they wouldn't call it Old Acquaintances. They wouldn't call it Our Separate Ways. It would be Friends. And then maybe Friends, We've Gone Our Separate Ways, or something. So that's just, once again, I have gotten unnecessarily worked up over something minuscule. But this is not the story. I digress. Travis, if you would kindly go split screen with that story. There we go. Peloton responds to the shocking twist in the Sex and the City reboot. Folks, the Sex and the Called and just like that for some inexplicable reason. It went live yesterday, and I have already watched one episode. I saw the damn thing. So here come some Sex and the City spoilers. All right, if you want to turn this down for the next couple of minutes here, if you're sensitive to Sex and the City spoilers, otherwise, so you know what? I don't even have to give the spoiler. I'll dance around it. So a character is riding a Peloton, and it is clearly branded Peloton, so much so they show one of the Peloton instructors, one of the main Peloton instructors. How do I know that? My wife and I have a Peloton, Team Peloton. I don't use it quite as much as I should, but yes, I've seen this instructor. I've ridden under the instruction of this instructor. So that's how I know. Clear Peloton branding. This person is riding in the new Sex and the City reboot, the Peloton, and then gets off and promptly has a heart attack and croaks. Now, Peloton is like, what the what now? Because they must have had some sort of agreement to include this branded item in the show. And I don't know. It seems from the reaction, Peloton did not realize that their product would be used to catapult someone into heart failure. I mean, how crazy is that? Alex just got a Peloton, and they're saying their butt hurts. Alex, I agree. The saddle or the seat, I call it a saddle because I'm a cowboy. The saddle on the Peloton is small, and yeah, I I hear what you're saying. I wonder if you could buy a cushion for that, or maybe you just like work your way through it. I'm sorry to hear that, Alex, but keep riding, keep riding. Stacy says they don't watch that show because some and could have some horrible things to say and don't want to say. Okay, yeah, no, respect to you, Stacy. Almost breaking your ankle. Oh yes, and learning to clip your shoes out, because sometimes I do it like, oh, am I pulling my shoe out? For anyone who's done any kind of stationary cycling or spin classes, yeah, you know about clipping the shoe and all that good stuff. So here we go. Peloton blames shocking Sex and the City death on character's extravagant lifestyle. Okay, you know what? Here comes the spoiler. Mr. Big. Sarah Jessica Parker, I guess Carrie. By the way, Travis, can you come in here? Travis, I'm going to put you on the spot. Are you a Carrie, a Miranda, a Samantha, or the other one?
I'm whichever one didn't bother with the reboot, because I don't know anything about Sex and the City.
Yeah, that's Samantha. That's you don't. Okay, I don't believe that.
All right, that's fair.
Okay, let's say because you said you don't know anything about Sex and the City, Travis.
Nothing.
I did. Let's say the alien. This is the scenario that I'll always put out there if I need someone to answer a question. Mm-hmm. The aliens have landed. They have a laser pointed at you. They will eviscerate you with this laser if you do not tell them the plot of Sex and the City. In your best estimation, what is it? Go.
4 adult women live in New York and have lots of sex, yet are still somehow largely unhappy.
That's pretty damn close. You left out one thing.
Oh, what's that?
Like their love of fashion and shoes.
Oh, okay. You're right.
All about the outfits. It's all about the glam. And you can probably see that. Like, can you bring up that picture of them again? Yeah, look at it. They're all looking fabs. Fab. My mom likes Sex and the City. All right. Well, Mom, slight spoiler. It happens in the first episode. Not a huge deal. Okay, here we go. Let's read this article. Let's take a look at this real quick. Scroll back just I want to see there's a warning. This story contains major spoilers from the premiere of And Just Like That. Okay, you've been warned. Uh, since its debut in 1998, Sex and the City has been a trendsetter. Cosmos, Manolo Blahniks, Magnolia Bakery, Fendi baguettes. Wow, I thought Fendi was clothing, but a baguette is food. Okay, I don't even know. I'm already overwhelmed. Great big flower pins. They all became cultural sensations after getting the endorsement from one Carrie Bradshaw and friends. But the first episode of And Just Like That premiered Thursday on HBO Max. And we're going to talk a little bit about this because I have more to unpack. This show is a little bit bonkers uh, and 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 funny in an ironic way, like unintentional humor. So the first episode, and Just Like That, the limited series reboot that premiered Thursday on HBO Max and ends with the death of a beloved character after a vigorous workout, has cast an uncomfortable spotlight on the Peloton bike. Dun dun dun. Sex and the City produced many memorable deaths over the years. Who could forget Kristen Johnson falling out the window and splat? I guess that's the name of the episode. Or Miranda's mom dying in the same episode as Carrie's cherished laptop. But, and here's where I will warn you in my most serious tones to proceed no further. If you haven't already watched or don't care about the spoilers, or if you're worried about spoilers, nothing can or ever will compared to Big getting killed off via Peloton, death by Peloton. If you would kindly scroll, please. I just want to see the Peloton company's reaction here. Is there any more to this? Yes. John James Preston, a man who survived marriage to Natasha and the wrath of Aiden, died of heart attack after taking his 1,000th class on the high-end stationary bike. I don't know if series creator Michael Patrick King has a particular grudge against the fitness company. Maybe he's just a Soul Cycle guy, but rarely in the history of pop culture has an enviable product placement ever gone quite so wrong. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Very funny that this is a huge product placement. It's like, bam, you're branding in a target audience. Like, I would say Sex and the City viewers are probably older, maybe, and usually oftentimes when you're a little bit older and maybe a little bougie, maybe you got a little extra cash. Oh my goodness, in real time here, my mom is saying that's terrible. I love Mr. Big. Mom, I told you, spoilers ahead, but she kept watching because she's my mom and she loves me. Love you too, Mom. Sorry for the spoiler. uh, Rarely has an enviable product placement ever gone quite so wrong. Sure, star instructor Cody Rigsby just finished in third place on Dancing with the Stars. Yeah, Peloton's a thing, folks. But Peloton's indirect role in the demise of one of the most iconic romantic leads in the annals of television history puts it in a position nearly as awkward as Big's stance on the bike. Okay, he wasn't standing that awkward. I watched it. I'm sure SATC fans like me are saddened. Sex and the City fans, took me a second there, are saddened by the news of Mr. Big dies from heart attack, said Dr. Suzanne Steinbaum, a preventative cardiologist and member of Peloton's Health and Wellness Advisory Council, in a statement to the Times. This, by the way, we're reading from the Los Angeles Times. Los Angeles Times. Mr. Big lived what many would call an extravagant lifestyle, including cocktails, cigars, and big steaks, and was at serious risk as he had a previous cardiac event in season 6. Okay. All right. So Peloton is like, nah, fam, you are not going to pin this on us. Peloton is essentially blaming a fictional character for what happened. They are they're like, it's like they call back his heart attack. They're like, okay, his blood work, what was Mr. Big's cholesterol? Did they read that in a previous episode? Did like yeah, what was Mr. Big's LDL? what what was Mr. Big's body fat? Uh was he yeah, so very funny that Peloton has to send its its health and advisory council to diagnose a fictional character. That is so funny. You know what? We don't know. We don't know that Mr. Big like we're catching up with them years after the fact. So Peloton is just using conjecture here. I would contend that Mr. Big had possibly flipped his lifestyle around. You hear me? Will, what up, what up, what up? Thank you for joining the stream, Will. We are just talking about Peloton, Sex and the City. They've got beef. It is 11:32, by the way, 2:32 on the East Coast. So they are sending their medical team to diagnose someone that is fictional. And but here's what I contend. Mr. Big, he's been riding the Peloton. Maybe he was trying to turn it around. Maybe he wasn't, maybe he didn't have that extravagant lifestyle. Also, they pointed out that he eats big steaks and he drinks. In the episode that I watched, he did drink some wine, but he was making dinner for himself and Carrie, and they were going to have salmon, not a big steak. So the possibility is out there that maybe Mr. Big has gone pescatarian. You're not getting off the hook that easily. Peloton. So 80%, go back to the article. Riding the Peloton bike may have even helped delay his cardiac event. Okay. It continued. The statement from the health expert trotted out by Peloton in defense, trying to do damage control over the fact that one of the characters in Sex and the City died on a Peloton. Continued, more than 80% of all cardiac related deaths are preventable through lifestyle, diet, and exercise modifications. And while 25% of heart attacks each year are in patients who already had one, like Mr. Big, even then, they are very, very treatable. The lesson here is know your numbers. It's always important to talk to your doctor, get tested. Good news is Peloton helps you track heart rate while you ride so you can do it safely. Okay, there you go. So that is worst product placement ever. We are giving that award to the Peloton in Sex and the City. That's so funny. They must have gone to Peloton and be like, yeah, we've got Carrie and Mr. Big. They live in a high-end New York apartment, and their apartment is beautiful, by the way. It is gorge, you guys. It's totes gorge. But Mr. Big, yeah, and then they were like, oh, okay. They neglected to tell them, oh yeah, someone's going to die via your product. So Peloton, Mr. Big, there you have it. Sex and the City. If sorry if we spoiled it. Jeff, what's up? Jeff joined the stream. Hey, oh, Joey, what's happening? Thanks for watching. And Alex, thank you for showing the awesome back channel to a new audience. And you are hanging out right here on Back Channel with me, your pal Hal. I am Hal Rudnick, and it is 11:36 on the West Coast. It is 2:36 on the East Coast. Going to be with you to 4 o'clock on the East Coast, 4 p.m. Going to be with you till 1 p.m. on the West Coast. We're going to be talking about pop culture. We're going to be talking about news, trending topics, and there's got to be a lot of silliness, a lot of goofs, a lot of hijinks and gags and whatnot. And if you want to participate in the show, please, by the way, please participate like our friend Bruce, like Alex, like my mom, Deborah Rudnick, like our pal down in Texas, holding it down in the great state of Texas is Stacy. Go ahead, get your smart device's attention. Then use the magic word say, and you could say anything after that. Say, I blame Peloton. Or smart device say, Mr. Big was super unhealthy. Or smart device say, I'm doing my Christmas shopping. Got any suggestions? And we'll communicate with you. You will be part of the conversation. Also, feel free to go to backchannel.tv and you can chit chat with us there. Would love to have your participation in the show. Oh, Alex, you're the best. Joey, hope you're having fun. Okay, so let's check out another trending topic on Twitter. Okay, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. So, the king of action sports, the X Games, uh, the extreme lifestyle, and skateboarding. The man with his own skateboarding video game, the man who put it on the map, Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk has apparently been getting recognized as Tony Hawk. Now, what do I mean? Tony Hawk has been going out in public, and there has been kind of a widespread thing we found out. This is trending on Twitter. If you want to, yes, there we go. Tony Hawk has been getting recognized and getting people coming up to him and saying, "Hey, do you know you look like Tony Hawk?" That is a weird phenomenon, especially if it happens like on a regular basis to someone. So here's a tweet from Tony Hawk just today. This is fresh breaking news. And this is a viral tweet. It's got over 100,000 likes. According to Tony Hawk, at a coffee shop this morning, girl behind the counter, not joking, has anyone told you that you look like Tony Hawk? Me. Yes. So much that I sometimes write about it. Her. Haha, here's your coffee. Other girl by the exit leans towards me as I walk out. You really do look like him. That's great. That's great. And then Travis, would you mind in the thread? There were several other posts from Tony Hawk. There was a compilation of them where he posts old instances of him getting recognized, or someone compiled them. It's like several screenshots. Okay, here we go. Excuse me, folks. 27 times people didn't realize they were talking to Tony Hawk. All right. Woman at concert. Are you Tony Hawk? Me. I am today. The Spicoli reference. Classic Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I took a picture with you years ago. Where? In Vegas. It was the first time my son thought I met someone cool. Wow, thanks. He took the print, cut me out of it, and put it on his wall. Okay, cool. Kid at skate park. Are you Tony Hawk? Me. I am. Him. No, you're not. Me. Okay, I'm not. Him. But are you? For real? Me. I am. For real. Him. I thought you'd look younger. Him. Me. Me too. Listen, folks, people get old. That's just even if you are, even if you did spawn a generation of like youth culture skateboarders. Young kid at skate park. Are you a professional? Me. Yes. But you're him. But you're a grown up. Me. I know. It's weird. Him. I have a skateboard. Me. I hope you never outgrow it. You know what? Tony Hawk is doing the right thing. He's not shaming people. He seems super chill, like very relaxed. That's at Tilly's with my daughter, waiting for her by dressing room, mask on. Guy folding clothes nearby. Anyone tell you that you look like Tony Hawk? Me, looking over, expecting sarcasm, but realizing he's serious. You have no idea. Him. That's cool. He's cool. Me. Thanks. Him. Huh? Boom. And then it continues. He was still standing by me when I posted this, and it felt awkward to be reading replies in real time. So I broke the news to him. Say hello to Austin. Austin. He's cool too. Very nice. Very nice. So yeah, that is the phenomenon. This, yeah, I guess this is a natural phenomenon of Tony Hawk getting recognized as Tony Hawk. uh pretty fun, pretty fun. Oh, can, here's one more. Cashier number 1, can I help you? Me, how long would it take to get a turkey burger to go? Cashier 1, about 5 minutes. Cashier 2, are you Tony Hawk? Me, yes. Cashier 1, do you want a turkey burger then? Me, yes please, and an iced tea. Cashier 1, can I get a name? He was literally just asked by your coworker, "Is this your name?"
Thank you for indulging that one. I
Oh no, that was a good one. That was a good one. Travis,
Mhm.
are you a skateboarding gentleman?
You know, I never was, but so many of my friends were. That was peak Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1, 2 through Underground. And, you learn a lot of it by osmosis.
Oh hell yeah! You
Yeah.
know, I used to work for an action sports TV channel, Fuel TV.
Really?
Yes, I did some hosting and a lot of writing and comedy stuff over there for several years. And I don't think I might have gotten to meet Tony. I got to meet so many cool action sports related people,
Yeah.
like the greatest surfer of all time, Kelly Slater. I got to
Wow.
spend some time with him and a lot of other big time pro skateboarding action sports. But yeah, so
Did they
I
do.
dealt with that, but
They did.
I never got into skateboarding because I'm very afraid of hurting myself.
That's likewise. Yeah.
Yeah,
I recognize the fragility of the human experience and I dare not tempt fate.
there it is. There it is. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna ask. Am I mistaken, or did Fuel TV do music too? They had like live sessions and things, or was that later
Yes, they
on?
did. Yes, they did. On the show that I worked on called The
Mhm.
Daily Habit, hosted by
Oh,
Pat
you were on the
Parnell,
Daily Habit.
all the time,
Wow.
all the time. Wow, and you know what The Daily Habit is?
Look, the first ever band I was in ever, they had a really expansive cable package. And
Gotcha.
there was more than a few afternoons watching Fuel TV looking for bands that we knew.
Oh, hell yeah, my dude. And
Yeah.
on the Daily Habit, like we would have some really some really cool bands. Like back in and this is like as these bands were starting up, like we'd have Cold War Kids, Cage the Elephant, like a bunch of other like really cool Parkway Drive. Yeah, just a bunch of really dope bands.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So that was awesome. Like being in studio and getting to watch like very cool bands like just shred and play awesome music was super dope, super
Wow.
dope.
That's
Yeah.
rad.
uh hey Travis, let's see, just a cursory scroll. What anything else trending that caught your eye? Anything else here in the
There was
Twitterverse?
I saw one thing earlier. Let me see if it's still relevant enough or if it's stopped trending by now.
Sure,
Let's see,
sure.
let's see, let's see.
Well, listen, I don't mind retroactively, like if something was Harrison Ford is
Oh,
trending for some reason. Oh, what are you
something that we talked about on this show and you and Hal talked about on Binge Boys, which
oh, me and
maybe
Lon,
touched
yeah.
on today. Sorry, you and Lon talked about on Binge
Mhm.
Boys, is Cowboy Bebop being canceled after one season at Netflix.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cowboy Bebop, the live action version of a beloved anime, it came to Netflix, and I had talked about it here, both here and on my podcast, Binge Boys, that I co host with Lon Harris, as we had mentioned. This And on Binge Boys, you can find it wherever you get your podcasts. We talk about all things streaming. We do reviews. We talk about a little nonsense. We talk about streaming news. So I talked about this here. Cowboy Bebop, a little underwhelming in its new live action incarnation. A little bit underwhelming. And it just stylistically, like the show didn't really have vision, I felt. And and the storytelling wasn't amazing. The characters were likable, but yeah, I felt like the writing wasn't great. Like jokes felt a little forced. And lo and behold, Cowboy Bebop is more like Cowboy Bye Bye, right? Could you say Cowboy B Flop? Cowboy B Flat? Yeah, so there it is. Sadly, adios, Cowboy Bebop. You know what? You gave it a shot, and hey, sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. There you go. Those were our trending topics here on Twitter in the Twitterverse. But we're not leaving the Twitterverse. We are going to do our an other Twitter related segment, which is your Twitter deep dive. That's right, folks. We every day pick one Twitter account and we unpack that Twitter account. We read tweets from that account and we comment on them and we say what we give some thoughts. And we've had some fascinating ones. Yesterday we looked at NASA. Yesterday, a couple of days ago, we looked at Kanye West. We looked at Santa Claus. We looked at Burger King. So today we're going to look at the Twitter account belonging to none other than the richest man in the known universe. That's right, Elon Musk. Let's douse ourselves. Let's bathe in the Musk. Okay. Let's take a look. So there he is, Elon Musk. He's got various. Is that all Earth or in various stages, or those? What am I looking at there? Yeah, it looks like Earth in various stages. Maybe pictures taken from a SpaceX rocket. I wouldn't be surprised. The man has rockets. The man has cars. The man made flamethrowers. The man is into crypto. No longer with Grimes. He has a kid with an unpronounceable name, like and he is the richest man in the world. So scrolling, take a look. 65 million followers. Not too shabby. That is more than Kanye West. That is more than NASA. Elon Musk. Okay. Boom. Right out of the gate. These are some good tweets. Travis, did you mean to? Oh, it looked like you retweeted that. Mars and cars. That's it. Okay. That's what I do. I go to space. I make Teslas. Mars and cars. What do you want, folks? What do you want? All right. So a little good branding. Elon, you know what? Got to say that about him. Whether you think he's a supervillain or whether you think he's a goofball, whether you think he's an inept, or you think he was an inept dude, or whether, I mean, he's doing something right, apparently, or whether you think he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth because his parents owned like diamond and emerald mines in South Africa. Guy's good at branding. Dude can brand. Okay, next. Wow, only 3 weeks to 2022. What will 2032 be like? Seems so futuristic. Will we be on Mars? Hint, hint. So, obviously, Elon is going to colonize Mars. Are you going to be there? Did you book your ticket? You know what? Hashtag goals to live on Mars. We'll see. Good brand. That started out though like a tweet from your aunt. Like, wow, only 3 weeks left to 2022. Time flies. Pretty cray cray. All right. Next. Ha ha, question mark one. Okay. Weird, cryptic. Keep going, keep going. Thinking of quitting my jobs and becoming an influencer full time. What do you think? Uh, you know what? Elon, you do you. You do you. I think you'd get bored of that. I think you would get bored of that fairly quickly. But bye bye bye. Kevin, welcome to the party. Thank you for being here, Kevin. Appreciate you hanging out here on Backchannel with your pal Hal. We are going through Elon Musk's Twitter, by the way. All right, is that Grimes? That very much looks like Grimes, but it also looks like a character from like Cyberpunk or something. What is the tweet related here? Just the picture. Okay, I think this is like a subtle shout out to Grimes because I heard they broke up and now I don't know.
There were also some lyrics on the most recent Grimes release that seemed to be alluding to their relationship ending.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think it's worth pointing out how extremely online this guy is. Every tweet that we've read so far has been within 20 hours.
Wow, very online, Elon Musk. Keeping it going, keeping it going. Retweeting SpaceX. More photos from last night's Falcon 9 launch. We talked about that at NASA's IXPE mission to better understand black holes, neutron stars, and other aspects of our universe. Super cool. Okay, keeping it going. All systems and weather. Look, okay, more about the launch system. All systems go. Unless susceptible to extreme natural disasters, nuclear power plants should not be shut down. Okay, Elon Musk, pro nuclear power. I don't really have a horse in that race. If temporary provisions in the Build Back Better Act become permanent, U.S. national debt will increase by 24%. So Elon Musk, a little critical of Joe Biden's infrastructure plan. All right. Well, who's to say? Who's to say? Elon Musk takes a lot of controversial opinions. Keep going. Keep going. 4 kilobytes of RAM in 1969. We put people on the moon. 8 gigabytes of RAM now. Chrome tab, scary. Wow. So is it comparing the amount of like memory and power that we had in 1969 to just like the insane amount that we have now? Yeah. Here's a fun fact, folks. Technology has gotten better. Memory cards more expansive. I mean, they didn't even have memory cards back then. A computer was the size of a Toyota Corolla back in 1969. So, yeah. As always, Tesla is looking for hardcore AI engineers who care about solving problems that directly affect people's lives in a major way. Artificial intelligence and autopilot. All right. We will soon make these real. Okay, rockets, big rockets. So that's like this is interesting stuff. Like also there's a meme coming up I want to take a look at. But this is interesting stuff. Like we're asking questions here. Where is the human race headed? With climate change, what's the future of the planet? With this space travel where they are bringing civilians like Michael Strahan and William Shatner. Those are on the Blue Origin rockets from Jeff Bezos, but we're putting civilians into space. How many years into the future will we be living on floating space barges, or will we colonize other planets? And we've yet to find a planet that has a climate conducive to human life, but could we build structures where humans will be safe? All questions. And I guess these guys are on the forefront of this stuff. So, finger on the pulse. All right. So, if you could scroll down a little, I'm missing the top of this meme. Um, okay, me peeing at a urinal, Web3 people walking in and standing at the urinal. There's 10 urinals here, and standing at the one right next to the Elon Musk. Hey, man, you should really get into crypto. Web3 is the future. You should join our DAO. So, yes, uh, Elon Musk. Like Elon Musk, one tweet affects the stock market, affects the crypto market. So, yeah, a lot going there. Construction of Starship orbital launch pad at the Cape has begun. Okay. Falcon 9 launch, more of that, just all sorts of launches. Like, I can't keep up with the amount of space launches there are nowadays with Blue Origin, SpaceX, and NASA. Laws are on one side, poets on the other. There you go. Laws are on one side, poets on the other. That might be cryptically referring to one of the many trials that have been in the news lately, or who knows? Who knows what Elon was getting at there? Let's set an age limit after which you can't run for political office, perhaps a number just below 70. Interesting. I mean, I know we've elected a lot of old white dudes, that's for sure. So if there is something that can maybe help us switch that up, not a bad thing. So Elon, nothing. Here is a Photoshop meme of. Can you scroll down just a tad? Is there any words on top of that? Oh, hey, let's explore the Twitter of Travis Reeves.
Nobody wants to see that. Trust me. Sorry, I was trying to resize. This is a meme of Jack, former Twitter CEO, on what looks like the Panama Canal or something like that, and the new CEO of Twitter. And they're on a boat, and in the next frame, it's just the new CEO, and Jack has been thrown into the water.
There you go. Bruce says that Elon was saying the number just below 70, 69. I didn't get that, but I'm sorry I didn't get that because I always love a good 69 reference, Bruce. Thank you for pointing that out. The sun is absurdly overwhelmingly the source of energy in our solar system. Doesn't even need maintenance, just works. You know what? Shout out to the sun. Oh no. Here's a dirty joke. Speaking of 69, Elon Musk tweeting about going to the bathroom, just dropping some friends off at the pool. Friends and pool are great. Elon, you know what? That's why people did not want him to host Saturday Night Live. Because not funny. Blow the whistle. There's a cool cyber whistle in the shape of a cyber truck. Those cyber trucks look super dope too. So I think we've seen about enough of Elon Musk. What do you think? Oh, what's that matrix? Dayquil plus NyQuil. Just took a red pill and a blue pill at the same time. Let's go. Dayquil plus NyQuil. All right. There you go. Elon Musk. Yes,
for better
Travis.
and for worse, this is what it would be like if Tony Stark was a real person.
Yeah, I agree. And Elon Musk already making just, the tech and making weapons. Do you remember that story about him making a flamethrower that he just then sold to people on his website?
Yeah, I remember that. I was working at Tesla when that flamethrower was dropped.
Oh yeah. Did Mr. Musk ever come into the store where you worked?
No,
or wherever it was?
no,
Or
never got that far.
Did you work at the factory? Did you work at a Tesla store?
I worked at a Tesla store, a showroom as they called it, in on the west side in Culver City, where it was a service center and a sales office.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And
So
it was fine.
that was our Twitter deep dive talking to Mr. Elon Musk. Travis, come on back. Travis, I was wondering if you could do me a huge favor. I want to get things ready and welcome. We have a very special guest who's coming in to give us some holiday buying tips.
Whoa.
Very exciting. So if you could do me one favor, and it's just 2 minutes after 12 here on the West Coast. It's 2 minutes after 3 on the East Coast. If you want to talk to the folks for a moment, maybe tell them how they can participate in the show, and I will go let our guest in.
I would love to.
Thank you, Travis.
Signing off, Hal, so you can go let our guest in.
Be right back, folks.
Everybody, thanks for hanging out with us on the Your Pal Hal show. It is 12:02 on the West Coast, which means it's 3? Yeah, 3:02 on the East Coast, and then something else in the middle. We're going to be here until 1 p.m. our time, 4 p.m. East time, and again, something else in the middle. If you want to chat with us, you can go to backchannel.tv on the web. You can also just tell your Alexa to tell your device to bring up Backchannel, and it will do so. And you can join the chat, join the fray with us. I'm not as good at this as Hal is. He's got this pitched down to a science. But some other news in the world that we were seeing. I mentioned that Netflix had canceled the Cowboy Bebop adaptation, which honestly, it's sometimes you got to put the dog down. But with that has come mass hysteria that people are going to be seeing less of acclaimed hottie actor John Cho, and the people won't stand for it because people love John Cho. And it's a shame that even though he got to take on an iconic role in Eastern media in this Western adaptation, it's a shame that this may be the last major project we get with John Cho in it for a while, because he can't seem to find the roles, and there's everybody basically on the timeline simping for John Cho. Other things going on. Steve Kerr, coach of the Golden State Warriors, has been named the new coach of the USA Olympic men's basketball team. Will be succeeding Greg Popovich, who is also the coach of the San Antonio Spurs. This was a nationwide search that all the good coaches were up for. You got Monty Williams in Phoenix, Eric Spoelstra, the longstanding coach of the Miami Heat, and Mark Few, who I don't remember, but they will all be assistants as well. So yeah, if you're into Olympic men's basketball, Steve Kerr is the new head coach. And let me see here. It looks like we've got someone here. Oh, this is going to be a family affair. Ladies and gentlemen, I have not met this person before, but I am absolutely thrilled to introduce to you Hal's neighbor, who goes by the name of Grandpa Eric. Ladies and gentlemen, Hal's neighbor, Grandpa Eric.
Oh, hello everyone. Happy holidays. I am Grandpa Eric. I live next door to the young man Hal Rudnick, your pal Hal, and he's a pal of mine. He comes over sometimes, and over the holiday season, brings me a little a fruit cake, brings me some holiday cheer, and oh yes, what is that going to say? Whatever that was. But I'm here to give you some gift ideas for the holiday season. Yes. Oh, yes. I am Hal's elderly neighbor, Grandpa Eric, and I am going to tell you what are some of the hot gift items, and affordable too. See, listen, look. All right. Let me start this. I don't mean to start with a complaint, but the holiday gifts, they are expensive. I got this Sharper Image catalog in the mail. Oh, you got to be Elon Musk to be able to afford anything in this Sharper Image catalog. A digital laser tape measure, $79.99. No, thank you. I will not be buying that. Oh, what is this? A digital bookmark. a digital, oh, digital bookmark and combination dictionary. $60. Oh, I'll show you a bookmark. A piece of paper. Look, you slide it in between. That's how that does it. A dictionary? Yeah, I got Webster's dictionary on the shelf at home. You're not going to get $60 out of me, Sharper Image. What else do you got here? Oh, boy. Look at this. Look at this woman in this in this giant bathrobe. That is just a giant towel robe for 90 heated wearable blanket. 99.90. That's $100. Don't let them fool you with that 99.99. That's $100 right there. They're trying to take $100 out of your pocket for a blanket. Listen, I will wrap myself up in a blanket. I will cut a hole in that blanket and make a poncho. And I'll tell you what, I'll do it for a lot cheaper than $99.99. I'll go down to the 99-cent store and get a blanket. I'll go to the Goodwill and get a slightly raggedy blanket. That's what I'll do. So, all of this, very, very expensive. What in the good gosh darn do we have here? A couple more pricey items. Oh, look at this. Look at this digital thermometer they got right there. I don't know if you could see that, but $99.99. What is it with trying to take $100 out of people's pockets, Sharper Image? Oh, a digital thermometer. You know what? You go down to Walgreens and you get yourself a regular thermometer that you pop in your mouth, a glass thermometer. Do they still sell? When I was a boy, they had glass thermometers, and that they didn't always go in your mouth either. Sometimes, when you were little, your mother would put a thermometer in a place where it was in your mouth. I'll just leave it at that. We'll leave it at that and we'll move on. So, Sharper Image. Yeah, they're real sharp, trying to take every dollar out of your pocket. Now, me, Grandpa Eric, I'm going to walk you through some affordable gifts for the holidays. Have a holly jolly holiday and get some affordable gifts. All right, here you go. First up, a great holiday gift. You want a gift that people are going to love, that they're going to get excited about, and that's going to spread all sorts of cheer. First off, fruit. Holiday fruit. And you know what? Sometimes you can just pick it right off the tree. It doesn't cost you a blessed thing. Oh, Mary, Jeffrey, happy holidays. An orange for you and a lemon for you. And you know the things that Jeffrey could do with this lemon? He could suck it. He could suck on that lemon. He could make a nice lemonade. Ooh, look at you. And then he could use the rind for seasoning in a sweet tea. Oh, a lemon. One of the best gifts. And it's a gift from nature. It's healthy. It's going to give you that vitamin C. So I just gave him a lemonade, a sweet tea with lemon, a little slice of lemon for you to suck on, and vitamin C. Ooh, it smells so good. If someone gave me a lemon, you know what I'd say? Thank you. Thank you for the lemon. I love you. All right. Also, look at this. I see it's got a little stem on. I pulled this right. I stole this little Tangelo tangerine little cutie from Orange. And you know what? Great gift. You can make an orange juice. You can just eat it. You can just eat it straight up. Smells nice. Oh, what a great gift. All right. Another gift, another holiday gift. You know what? Everyone wants to fight off COVID. This is a very cost-effective COVID fighting gift. A little packet of Purell that was free of charge. Many stores, they've got these little packets of it's a Purell wipe. One of these, you give this to me, I say, thank you. I will use this to sanitize. A practical gift. I could use it to wipe my hands. And again, free. You will find this free. Or you go into a store that has a pump of Purell. You pump a bunch of it into a Ziploc bag. Squirt, squirt, squirt. Then you got your travel Purell. And then you can keep it with you, and you can dip your hand in there. Ooh, I touched a toilet. Better sanitize. Ooh, I shook the hand of someone who was coughing and wheezing. Better sanitize. Or you give it to a friend. And if you give it to a friend, look at this, the Ziploc bag, you can write a beautiful holiday message. Happy Xmas. There you go. Also, look, Happy Xmas. There you go. It looks backwards here. I don't know why that is, but then it's a reusable holiday bag. Happy holiday. Like you look at this. Look at this. Look what I'm about to do. Look at this. What I'm about to do. Look at this. Happy holidays. A lemon. Happy Xmas. Happy Xmas. Or here's another holiday gift. Everyone loves a delicious food, a wonderful treat. Well, how about almonds? But this bag has, let me look at my spectacles. This bag has 10 servings of almonds. That's 10 gifts. You give an individual serving. So there you go. You take a handful of almonds, like so. You put them in this bag. Have a holly jolly holiday and have some almonds and fun. There you go. That's a gift. You hand these out to the neighbors. You hand these out to your loved ones. Perfect gift. All right, these are good almonds. I'm taking them back out of my gift bag, though. These are for Grandpa Eric. Not ready to get rid of these. Not ready to get rid of these almonds. Oh, yeah, these babies are going to go in Grandpa Eric's tummy later on. A very nice snack. Here's what else would be a very fun gift. This is a little bit different than what I've been talking about, but everything, if you want to be a classic, you give people everything that's in the song 12 Days of Christmas. All right, so I'm going to walk you through some very tremendous gifts. Now, who wouldn't want a partridge in a pear tree? All right, that goes along. A pear tree or an orange or a lemon tree, but a partridge, a little bird, that would be one. 2 turtle doves, so sweet, tweet, 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 tweet. Oh, who wouldn't want those? 3 French hens, delicious. I love a French hen, maybe in a nice glaze. 4, a lot of birds. A lot of birds. But let's go. 5 golden rings. Who wouldn't want 5 golden rings? I would love that. 8 maids of milking. Well, that's a lot of lady for old Grandpa Eric. But I'll take the 8 maids. 10 lords of leaping. That sounds like a wonderful stage show. I would love to go to a stage show. Couple more gifts. You know what? You want something practical that the person's going to need. So you can do a lot worse than giving them toothpaste. You know what? I brush my teeth very regularly, sometimes daily. And look at this. Look at this. A good toothpaste. You give it to them. Or if you don't want to give them the whole thing, you just squirt a little bit of the toothpaste into the bag. All right. And it's like, here you go. This will last you about several brushes. This'll you squirt the toothpaste in there, and then it's here you go. And you could tell him I got the idea from Grandpa Eric. You're welcome. You know what? Some people like to get a little tipsy on the holidays, and I see people giving nice bottles of spirits, of wine, of liquors, all sorts of liquors, schnapps, and then expensive liquors. Do you know how much nowadays a bottle of Jose Cuervo goes for? Jose Cuervo Silver, or well, I couldn't tell you, but it's a lot more than I can afford. So don't worry though. If you're on a fixed income, you can still give people the delicious spirits, alcohol for a little holiday cheer so they can booze it up. A single can of beer. Merry Christmas to you and yours. One single can of beer. Well, those are just a few tips from Grandpa Eric. Remember, get yourself one of these. It's reusable, it's renewable. Oh, you're saving the environment, and it's practical. You can write whatever message you want on it. I hope you have a beautiful holiday season. Mwah. I want to thank your pal Hal for having me. All right, I'm going to go across the street. There's a daytime. Travis, you're that producer, Travis, huh?
That's right. Yeah, I heard you were wrapping up, so I just wanted to be here to facilitate the transition.
Did you pick up any fun holiday tips? Are you going to give a little toothpaste in a bag to someone you love?
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, that sounds great. I got plenty of people that would love that.
Oh, why, that's fine. That's fine. What do you want for Christmas?
Me? Gosh, I hadn't really thought about it. I'd take an orange.
Oh, wow. Very reasonable. All very reasonable.
Yeah.
Oh, or it looks like Bruce says if you could give him a single beer, or you can make toilet wine. Very, very cost effective.
Oh.
Yes. You know what? I'm not proud of it, but I spent a couple of years behind bars, and I did have the occasion to make some toilet wine.
Yeah.
Listen, it got the job done. Beggars can't be choosers when you're in the big house. All right, I've said a little too much about my dark past. I'm gonna go now. Travis, Hal said you should pop in, and he'll be right here in 2 shakes.
Yeah, no, I got you. Thanks for stopping by, Grandpa Eric. Thank you.
Happy Honda Days!
It's not actually his grandpa. That's the thing that really messes with my head. It's not. It's his neighbor that he calls Grandpa Eric. It's okay. What's family? It's chosen family. I actually haven't put too much thought into Christmas. This year snuck up on me. It's almost the end of it. I don't know. What do you want for Christmas? Anybody in the chat? Tell us what you want for Christmas. I guarantee that I will not get it for you, but I'd like to know. I'd like to hear about it. So wait for Hal to get back in the building and show Grandpa Eric out. He looks like he's kind of a slow roller. I wonder what he was imprisoned for. Because he seems, he's like a nice old guy. And something in his eye. I don't know. I don't trust it. Maybe stealing fruit. Anyways, looks like Hal's back in the building. We will do the changeover again. Thanks again for hanging out with us on the Your Pal Hal Show. Now here's your host, Hal Rudnick.
All right. Thank you again to our special guest, Grandpa Eric. Yes, not my grandpa. Just likes to be known as a grandpa.
Did he did you live in was he your neighbor? Was he there already when you moved in to where you're at? And he came over and said, "Hi, I'm Grandpa Eric."
Mm-hmm. Huh. Shook my hand, a nice firm handshake. He said, "Well, hello, I'm Grandpa Eric." And I'm like,
you do a really good impression of that guy.
Oh, yeah, thank you. And he said, "Yeah, hi, I'm Grandpa Eric." and uh, doing the worst impression of him now. And I said, I'm Hal, and we became fast friends. And I told him I was doing this daily show, and he wanted to come over and give some gift tips, some very cost effective Christmas shopping tips. So
Yeah, he told us that we should put some toothpaste in a Ziploc bag and then give it to someone.
Oh, my mother chimes in. Hal's grandpa was in prison. He was a prison guard. It's true. My grandfather was a prison guard on Rikers Island in New York. He
Well,
carried
really?
carried a baton. I remember he told me a story about when he killed a giant rat.
Nice.
My grandpa was a very rugged Jew. Okay, he was a prison guard and a fireman, a New York City fireman.
That's remarkable.
Yeah, led quite a life, quite a life.
Wow.
My mom's dad, shout out to Grandpa Sid, who's watching from heaven above. Folks, it is 12:22 here on the West Coast. You are hanging out with your pal Hal here on the Backchannel, and it's 3:22 on the East Coast. We're going up till 4 p.m. on the East Coast and 1 p.m. on the West Coast. You can participate in the show, and I would love your participation. Your participation would do me good. I would love to communicate with you. You can talk to us on backchannel.tv, or you can talk to us by getting your device's attention. Use the magic word say, and say anything you want after that. So, smart device, say, I'm going to give people toothpaste for Christmas. Smart device, say, why do you have that beard? Why was that beard just on your desk, Hal? Or smart device, say, I'm not getting anyone anything for Christmas because I'm a real Grinch. Whatever you want. Are you going to go around and steal people's Christmas presents because you are a Grinch? Don't do it. Please don't do it. But you know what? If you do it, maybe steal them and then pull a Robin Hood, give to those less fortunate. But yeah, don't steal. I think we're pretty anti-crime here on Your Pal Hal. But if you're going to do crime, make it a crime with a heart, like a Robin Hood. There you go. Thanks for hanging out. You know what? Appreciate Grandpa Eric for coming by. Now we're going to jump into some reviews and recommendations. Recs and reviews. So, are you looking for something to watch this holiday weekend? Well, maybe we have it for you. Maybe we don't. There was I guess my mom, I don't know, that I got to talk with you offline. My mom is saying I need to tell more story about this rat that my grandfather killed. You know what? I don't know. I'm not as familiar with the whole story. Okay, so going to talk about a couple of shows right now, and then we'll talk about what's coming out in the theaters this weekend. First off, there's a very surreal, bizarre new dramedy on HBO Max, and both of the shows we're talking about today come from HBO Max. It's called Landscapers, and Landscapers is a British show that's it's inspired by a true crime story from about 10 years, 15 years ago or so in Great Britain, where someone's in-laws were killed. We don't know how, and then they were buried. This elderly couple was buried in the backyard of their home, and then their daughter and son-in-law fled the country. So this story has been brought to life with two great actors. The actor David Thewlis, who he had a great run in the 90s, and he was in a movie
that is very obscure. It's might be, to call it a cult movie. I'm not sure if it even has cult status, but it's a weird philosophical film called Naked from the director Mike Lee, who you might know from Secrets and Lies. But ever since that movie, this guy, David Thewlis, so amazing that I've been a fan of his and like kind of followed his career ever since. And high profile stuff. You've seen him in, he was in Wonder Woman, the first Wonder Woman movie with Gal Gadot and Gal Gadot. And he was the villain in that. And he's been in a lot of different things. And opposite David Thewlis, I saved the best for last. Olivia Coleman, Oscar winner, one of the best actors or actresses working today. She is so good in everything she does. Olivia Coleman, she was in The Crown. She was in the Yorgos Lanthimos film, The Favorite, for which she won an Oscar. And she is just such a mesmerizing, powerful actor. And she's got a deep career in comedy. She's done so much wacky comedy, but then she can flip the switch and do drama. She is one of the best working today. It's like Meryl Streep, then Olivia Coleman. Meryl Streep, obviously the GOAT. So this show, Landscapers, it's episodes run about an hour. It's funny and very surreal. There are all sorts of dream sequences woven throughout, and it's got a sad, dour tone to it. And these two actors, David Thewlis and Olivia Coleman, make it very watchable. It's not laugh out loud funny. It's more like, oh, interesting. Life is funny, kind of funny. And yeah, and again, it takes a lot of chances with the storytelling and how surreal and dreamy it gets. So I just watched the first episode. I enjoyed it. I am going to watch more. And Landscapers is up on HBO Max if you are so inclined. Oh, and look at the tomato meter there, 100% on the tomato meter. Let's see a couple of things that critics are saying about it while you got that up there, Travis. Thank you so much. Travis Reeves, the best in the biz. They call him the best Chiron man in the biz. I think he's good at more than just Chirons. He is just Johnny on the spot. He is with it. All right. Landscapers from the website Decider. Joel Keller says, Landscapers not only benefits from great performances by Coleman and Thewlis, but it's a dark comedy that's actually howlingly funny in between all the darkness. That balance is very difficult to achieve. There you go. Yeah, it is funny. I found it a little less laugh out loud funny, but some of the character actors or people playing some of the side characters in the show are also very good. The police who are investigating this murder are very over the top and fun to watch. If Sinclair's bold concept and script, I combined script and lift it well above the average crime drama. The direction by Will Sharp is what makes Landscapers unforgettable. And that goes to talk about what I mentioned in some of the surreal and dreamy qualities. It's very cool. We get into these characters kind of how they view themselves, their dream life, and there is just like a cool quality that's added as opposed to it just being like a straightforward in the way it's shot and edited. Landscapers is another peak TV example of sharp directing combined with awards-worthy performances. That's great. For viewers without patience for a more artistic approach to the true crime genre, Landscapers is unlikely to be their cup of tea. However, can't see that part right there, but yeah, if you're thank you. However, the premiere leaves plenty of questions to be answered if you're looking to see the mystery out until its end. Okay, so yeah, it might not be everyone's cup of tea because it is so dreamy and not exactly straightforward. Like when it comes to a crime drama, it's not nuts and bolts police procedural Law and Order SVU or anything like that. It's a character study about this late middle-aged couple played by Olivia Coleman and David Thewlis. And yeah, definitely worth watching. I enjoyed it, and the actors are doing their job, and the story is told in a funny and creative way. That is Landscapers on HBO Max. And the second thing I want to talk about, I teased this earlier because we were talking about the Sex and the City Peloton story. And just like that, and just like that, the new Sex and the City reboot. This this show, I only watched one episode. I think there are two available right now on HBO Max. It is cuckoo, and it is so weird and heavy-handed. So, first off, you have the celebration of capitalism and all things fashion and shoes. These women, they want their Oscar de la Renta gowns, they want their Manolo Blahnik shoes, and they are talking all about that throughout the show. But something that is new and that is a through line over the course of the entire show is woke, quote unquote, woke culture. And these now 50 something women dealing with fitting in with being woke and what it's like and making the missteps. But the way they do it, it's so heavy-handed and cringeworthy about how they go about navigating the like modern day politics, that it's like, oh, ladies, maybe you stuck with, romance and fashion. Because like there's this awkward sequence where Sarah Jessica Parker's character is on a podcast, and she is trying to fit in, but she is like the cisgender white middle-aged lady, and she's talking to people who are people of color, of a different background than her, of different genders and sexualities. And for example, she's on this podcast, and the other host of the podcast is supposed to be like super in touch with culture and gender and sexuality, very progressive. I believe it's someone who is non-binary, uses they them pronouns, and they have a button that they press on the show where it has like a sound bite that goes woke moment, woke moment. And calling something woke, it's just like kind of played out or has become kind of cliche. And for them, for this to, it's supposed to be a cutting edge podcast, but it feels like, oh, maybe from like 5 years ago. It's so heavy-handed and awkward how the Sex and the City gals are navigating this stuff. And I don't know. Maybe that's how you need to communicate this stuff to people of a certain age, because they're like, "Hey, we're having problems with this too. Oh, look, Carrie, Miranda, and the Charlotte, that's the other one I couldn't remember. Charlotte are navigating this. So maybe this is the necessary spoonful of sugar to help the medicine go down, but there is so much unintentional comedy in this show. It's like it's pretty bonkers. It's pretty bonkers. Like one of the characters is talking to a black woman about her hair, and like she keeps digging this hole further, and it's like someone with half a brain would not talk to a person of color or like someone of a different sex or gender or whatever in this way. It's really weird, and it's a little it's completely unrealistic. So I am recommending you watch Sex and the City and Just Like That for the unintentional comedy. Absolutely. Is that up in the on the tomato meter, Travis? 65%, 40% audience approval rating. Let's take a look at a couple of the reviews if you don't mind. My mom's going to watch. There you go. My mom has my HBO Max info, so go ahead, mother. I'll keep watching because I adore these characters, but some of the magic of what makes these characters great is missing for me. Yeah, and one of the characters is missing. Also, Samantha. They spend like the first half of the episode talking about why she isn't there. USA Today says, and just like that is fancifully, fittingly, frustratingly beholden to its past, but will gladly follow these ladies' stiletto heels wherever they go next. Let's read a couple of the bad reviews. If you can scroll down to some of the green splats. Nothing about this show feels organic. So much about it is painfully forced. Agreed. Let's find another bad review. Another splat. There we go. I'll read these last two. If the iconic image of Sex and the City is central quartet striding down a Manhattan sidewalk, this is a series on its back heels, defensive, reactive, and terrified to offend. Yeah, like the way it addressed this stuff, laughably heavy-handed, the way it addressed new woke, quote unquote, politics, etc. It's like, be respectful and dive in. Like when you tiptoe around it like they do, and listen, I've been there. Like it's, it can be difficult because you don't want to offend, but if you're earnest and respectful, it will kind of lay itself out. This was like too cute and oh yeah, it's awkward. As a cultural moment, the story of Carrie and friends is perhaps best left in the past. Dragging it into the present can only offer diminishing returns. There you go. I would say if you're a super fan, hell yeah, watch it. Or watch it for the unintentional comedy and just like that on HBO Max. And let's see what is coming to the theaters this weekend. We mentioned a few of them the other day, but FYI, you have got, of course, the behemoth entering the theaters this weekend. West Side Story, directed by Steven Spielberg, great critical acclaims, 93% on the tomato meter, looking good there. The new Adam McKay film about climate change and an impending doom, Don't Look Up, it's only coming in at 54% on the tomato meter. Red Rocket, from the director of Tangerine and the Florida Project. This looks like a really cool little movie starring Simon Rex, the former MTV VJ. 87% on the tomato meter. Being the Ricardos, Lucy, I'm Home, and Lucy, Desi Arnaz Jr., their marriage, making of the I Love Lucy show, 71%, that coming from director Aaron Sorkin. And those are some of the big ones hitting the theaters this weekend. I absolutely want to see West Side Story. I want to see most of these movies. I want to see West Side Story, and that's probably one I will go to the theater to see. Looking forward to that. Peter joined the stream. Peter, thank you for being in the house. Wilson, thank you for being here. Everybody who's hanging out, I appreciate you. It's 12:40 on the West Coast. It is 3:40 on the East Coast. We're taking you up to the top of the hour. And if you want to participate in the show, please go ahead and get your smart device's attention. Use the magic word say and drop in whatever info you want after that. Say, so smart device, say, I'm going to see West Side Story. Smart device, say, I'm going to stay home and have a Sex and the City marathon. Or you can talk to us on backchannel.tv. Backchannel.tv. Travis, let's take another look at the Rotten Tomatoes Christmas list. We'll do 5 movies today.
It's the Christmas list song, while I pull up the Christmas list, because I don't have that on tap until I find where it is in my history. There it is. Now it's loading slowly because I have too many tabs open because I prepped all the posters too soon. Forgot to delete them as we were going. Now I found the list and here it is.
What a delight. What a delight that was from producer Travis. And believe it or not, I think he might have improvised that song. It wasn't pre-written. What did we leave off at? Number 20? Number 20 on the list. So
That is correct.
yeah, so let's go down. Let's do 5. Let's do 5 movies, okay? We're going to do 20 to 15. 20 to 15. Coming in at number 20, Better Watch Out. Another one I don't know. Another one that I don't know. Carried by its charismatic young cast, Better Watch Out is an adorably sinister holiday horror film. Ashley travels to the suburban home of the Lerners to babysit their 12-year-old son Luke at Christmas time, and then something dark and sinister happens. This is from 2016. Yeah, it's 89% on the tomato meter. So I guess they're going by rating and not just beloved nature. You Better Watch Out is number 20. It's a top 20 Christmas. I guess I just need to start watching all the new Christmas movies because it is being populated by so many new ones. All right, let's scroll down. Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Journey. 2020. This is a brand new movie. 2020. I remember this. This came up on Netflix, and wow, this movie from 2020 with I remember Keegan-Michael Key is like some kind of toy maker or something. Decades after his apprentice betrays him, a once joyful toy maker finds new hope when his bright young granddaughter appears. Good cast. Forrest Whitaker, who I love, the great Forrest Whitaker, Keegan-Michael Key, Hugh Bonneville, who you know from Downton Abbey, and Anika Noni Rose. I think she's the little girl in the movie. 89%. You know what? I'm not going to doubt it that this looks to be a classic. I guess that's a me problem. I don't know it. Okay, let's go to number 18. This is like a little mind-blowing. A Christmas Story. So the movie that I would have guessed would be easily top 5, A Christmas Story. So am I stuck in the past? Am I just this guy who doesn't want to move on and learn that there are new Christmas movies coming out every year and I need to pull myself together? So A Christmas Story is the story of Ralphie and the Red Ryder BB gun. We talked about it the other day. We did a this or that. Peter Billingsley plays Ralphie. Darren McGavin, Melinda Dillon, based on on some humorous writings by Gene Shepard. And yeah, he wants his Red Ryder BB gun, and this is an all-time classic. I mean, it just makes me feel warm and fuzzy, just the narration and the story of bygone days. Yeah, it's only number 18. So apparently there are 17 better films as far as Christmas movies than A Christmas Story, 1983's classic. I thought that could have been the number 1 on the list. So now I'm guessing number 1 is going to be It's a Wonderful Life. That's no secret. Bruce Leroy chimes in. I agree. Are these supposed to be in order? Jingle Jangle is better than the Muppet Christmas Carol? Absurd. Bruce, thank you for talking sense. At least there's one sensible person left out there, even if we do disagree on some recent current events, Bruce. But no, Bruce, I feel you, my dude. Yeah, crazy. That Jingle Jangle is like, oh, this Johnny Come Lately can pop in there and be like, oh, how you like me now? So yeah. Anyway, we'll keep this conversation up. Like, oh yeah, what happened to the classics? Little Women from 1994. Okay, so more so than the new Little Women. There was a new one from a couple of years ago, but this 1994 Little Women which many people like it kind of got lost in the shuffle. Winona Ryder, Gabrielle Byrne, Trini Alvarado. Anyone here? Anyone listening? Anyone watching? Remember Trini Alvarado? I remember Trini Alvarado, and yeah, but a great lineup of actors and actresses in this film playing the titular Little Women, and yeah, I'm not denying this is a very good film. You know what? Is this a Christmas movie? Well, it is on this list because I thought Little Women like followed like a larger portion of this life, including of their lives, including Christmas. Uh, Travis, would you mind popping in for a moment? Is Little Women a Christmas film?
Sure. I don't know. Anything with a big family has the potential to be a Christmas film.
Okay, thank you, Travis.
You're welcome.
And coming in at number 16, I love Edward Scissorhands. You know what? Edward Scissorhands is a low-key, absolutely Christmas movie. And I love Edward Scissorhands. I love early Tim Burton. So that's not bad. That's not bad. Oh, and then I'm picturing Edward Scissorhands like cutting up all the paper, and it's like kind of there's like snow, and there's like so much beautiful imagery. Edward Scissorhands, I'm with it. I'm with it. I like this pick. I like this pick. And that was 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 on the list. Next week, we'll probably finish this list. There you go. And then Bruce and I can complain about the list being out of whack, like Muppets Christmas Story, like way down there, and this Jingle Jangle. This newfangled Jingle Jangle. Get off my lawn with that Jingle Jangle. Okay. A couple points of business to finish here. You know what? We have time just because this relates to something Travis and I have been talking about this week. I'm going to hit this a quick item of dumb news. This is some dumb news. And you know what? It's so dumb, you're not going to be enriched at all by this story. But it sure is fun. It sure is fun, this dumb news. All right, here is our dumb news story about the Omicron variant. But you're saying, oh, the Omicron variant? That's not that dumb. Oh, but this is dumb. Death metal band's name has unfortunate timing. So Travis, do you want to pop in here for a second?
Yellow.
So you were working with your friend on a dark metal album, is that correct? Or is it black metal?
Black metal is the technical term, yes.
Gotcha. Well, on the site Newser, there's a story about a death metal band, which I couldn't tell dark metal from black metal and death metal from dark metal. But a Belgian group, Omicron, says it's named after a constellation, not the latest coronavirus variant. Even bad publicity is supposedly good publicity, but whoever coined that phrase likely wasn't a part of death metal band that shared its name with a coronavirus variant. Omicron, the Belgian death metal group. Such a band formed 2 years ago before COVID had taken over the globe, and now the little-known Belgian group Omicron, which has released just one song. All right, first off, step your game up, Omicron.
Yeah, no kidding.
Omicron, the COVID variant, has been around for less time than Omicron, the death metal band, but Omicron, the variant, has already made it to the United States. Already big in the United States. Omicron, still treading water in Belgium. So that's just... here's the thing. You never know when life is going to come up and smack you in the face with a variant that's named after your death metal band, your improv group, your child. Like, what if you named your kid like, oh, that's a powerful name. I'm going to name me child Omicron. And then it's like, oh, crud. Travis, what do you think Omicron, the band, should do? Should they change their name, or should they just keep it and ride out the storm?
I think in this case, you want to keep it and ride out the storm. It says they're pretty explicit that they were inspired by something called a Dyson sphere that had been found in the Omicron Cygni constellation. But, you know, there's something. It's a death metal band, and if you're, here's the thing.
Yeah.
If it were 100 years from now,
Yes.
and we were all still here, and
Yes.
death metal was still a thing,
I won't be
and
here,
a
but go
death
ahead.
metal band was like, you know what, we should name our band Omicron because of that disease that happened like 100 years ago, that would make sense. That's a very death metal thing to do, but this is interesting territory to name that, have that be your band's name as it's happening.
I think, well, first off, they've only released one song, so what the hell? They've been around 2 years and only released one song. I mean, are they just jamming? Are they doing covers? I don't know what, like, the deal is. Like, how did this even become a story?
Yeah.
Secondly, though, this is like, the real story is, how did this become a story?
Well,
Like,
I think so many people had searched Omicron because it says down at the bottom of this article there was a Hong Kong band also named Omicron that has been broken up for 5 years that is now getting
Gotcha.
renewed interest, and they're like, we're getting clicks. I got nothing though. You know.
Yeah. So I think this band needs to like get with it and either release a new song, get into something. Yeah, they need to.
Yeah.
They need to figure this out and to ride this publicity. That is some dumb news. Let's move on from that, Travis, and get a couple other points of business out of the way at 12:52. Got a few minutes left here, and let's do a little this or that. This or that. Okay, Travis. Anyone who's hanging out in the chat, Bruce, Deborah Rudnick, anyone. This or that. Okay, here is your question, Travis. I'm going to ask you point blank. What do you think about this or that? Mustache or full beard and mustache? Mustache or full beard and mustache?
Oh no.
I'll
is
talk
rough.
about it. I'll talk about it a little bit while you try to find an image of mustache versus full beard, full facial hair. So you got mustache. That's a classic. You got the pencil thin mustache. You got a big bushy mustache. I have a mustache right here. I'll put on this mustache. Doggone it! For the sake of this, I don't have a beard prosthetic, but I do have. There you go. Look at this, Travis. Look at me.
Lovely. Look at that.
Yeah, there you go.
What's not to like?
So, and you got a lot of famous mustaches. You got Tom Selleck. You got John Waters, director John Waters, who I love, especially his 1970s and 80s work. But he has got the great pencil thin mustache. You got, like Sam Elliott, beef. It's what's for dinner. I'm Sam Elliott, I'm the cowboy from Big Lebowski, and I got an iconic mustache, a big old floppy mustache. But then nowadays, to grow or to be kissed by, full beard and mustache from. Bruce is down with. Oh, there's Chris Evans. You know what? I don't like his hair in that first picture, but he looks better with the full beard. He looks better with the full beard mustache, and his hair's a little nicer. He looks like he's playing a character of some sort, like some kind of aggro character with a spiky hair like that. Bruce Leroy is chiming in, full beard and mustache for him. Very nice, Bruce. Thank you for chiming in. To grow or to be kissed by? I mean, you could. It depends. I don't kiss a ton of mustached and bearded folks. Mostly just kissing my wife nowadays. Yeah, that's an interesting question as well. I probably am gonna lean. I feel like there are too many long, bushy beards out there nowadays for my taste, and I always wonder about the hygienic. Don't tell Lon about this. My podcast partner Lon, but the hygienic aspects of it, I prefer mustache, especially for me. I've grown mustaches. I've grown one or two beards in my life as well, but I'm a mustache. I'm going mustache on this. I like just. Also, you can be kind of ironic and fun with the mustache. With the beard, you're just committed to like beard lifestyle. The mustache seems you can be a little bit, I don't know, a little more kitschy with the mustache.
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, it's contextual. And, this or that is always a personal topic. You have to make the choice that's best for you. And not myself, but my dad has worn variations of the beard and mustache over the years. And
Yes.
given, I'm going to have to go with the full beard. I think
Full
it's
beard wins. Full beard wins today. My mom has not chimed in on it, but that's this or that. Our rejected segment, can you bring up that, Chiron? The
Of
best
course.
Chiron man in the biz, Travis Reeves. Rejected segments would be Hal eats a lemon live on air. You listen, it would get messy. It would get all over my hands. I'm not going to cut this. Truth be told, I grabbed this from my kitchen because Grandpa Eric said he needed a lemon. And it would be very messy. It would squirt. It would squirt. It wouldn't taste good. It'd be like, I'd be doing a lot of this. Okay, so we're not doing that rejected segment of Hal eats a lemon live on air. But this lemon smells damn good, folks. What a ride. This has been the Your Pal Hal show. I want to thank everybody who's been hanging out with us today. Bruce, Stacy, Deborah Rudnick, Riyadh, Peter, Wilson, Steve, everybody, thank you so much for spending a little bit of your time right here with me. It's been a blast talking to y'all. I want to thank the folks at Backchannel for making this happen, and gotta thank my main man, producer Travis, for helping us bushwhack our way through the jungles of the live stream. We will be back with you on Monday, 11 a.m. on the West Coast, 2 p.m. 11 a.m. on the West Coast, 2 p.m. on the East Coast. Until then, have an amazing weekend. Hope you have a little holiday cheer this weekend as we are in the run-up towards Christmas. Enjoy, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.